I am back from exams, and no, it's not done. I actually have one more exam on Monday, and then it's officially done. But I have stopped uploading from Tuesday because Tuesday I was studying like fucking hell, and Wednesday, Thursday, Friday were my exams, and I was supposed to make an entry yesterday, but then I had no time because I had plans with my friends, and I couldn't really skip out on those plans because one of them is moving, and so they won't be free for a while. Same as me, honestly, but like, I had to have time for them somehow, some way. My exams, how did they go? The first day exams were really easy because it was English and just calculator shit. Calculator shit is easy to do because all calculators actually, I think, are in English, so it's easy to use, honestly, when you can read it and understand it. But yeah, it was really easy. English and the calculator. So first day was really fucking easy. Second day was math and I think science. Math is easy, so I didn't study for that at all. And science, I studied for that, and oh my god, girl, when I tell you, in the Philippines, right, they'll give you, like, for exams, they'll give you pointers to review, but you can't really trust it. I've developed trust issues over reviewers and such, and like the materials the teachers give and say to review, because so many times in my life they have given us, my teacher in the Philippines gives a reviewer, and then literally only like a few things from the review shows up, and then shit that I didn't fucking study, the shit that she said you didn't need to remember, the shit that the teachers didn't mention would be on the test, are on the test. So it's like, I've had so much trust issues from that. So let me tell you my relief when I opened that exam paper and understood the shit that was in it, because I reviewed it, because I studied it, because I fucking memorized it and shit. No, there was no term that I didn't study. There was no term that the teacher didn't mention. Oh my fucking god. God fucking bless. And since the second day, my ego kind of grew big, because why was it easy, right? Why was it easy? So my ego shouldn't have grown. But next day, third day, was Japanese and biology. We have a separate subject for biology and science for some reason, but science and biology, I'm just glad that I understood something in the Japanese exam, honestly. And for biology, I just got like some things mixed up, honestly. It was the like naming of like shit in the cells. I honestly already like studied that in 7th or 6th grade, I think, but it's in Japanese, so I still had to study it. So yeah, I wouldn't say it was easy, but it wasn't hard. I understood. I could answer shit in the Japanese exam. Why? Because I followed the shit the pointers to review they gave me, and they actually delivered. They didn't do some dumb shit like put really irrelevant shit in it, really just useless and unrelated stuff in the exam. Looking at you, Philippines. Anyways, last entry, I was kind of crying, I think. I forgot what honestly I talked about, but something really relevant and big that's been happening in my life during exams, by the way. This was all during exams. I had to experience this while exams were ongoing, but I'm thinking of going back to the Philippines. I cannot do it here. I have no friends. Zero. My life is hard as shit. I go to school, I work all day, and then I go home and I still have to work. I get no breaks, no free time, no breaks, no free time. And I don't even have the fucking weekends. That's why whenever I have plans with friends, I make sure to go to them. Even if it costs me sleeping at 4 a.m. Even if it costs me staying up and sleeping at 4 a.m. For the people who know me, you know that I sleep early. I sleep as early as 8 p.m. and I wake up early as well, because I need to keep that sleep schedule intact. Because if not, all the meds I'm taking for my mental health is all for nothing if I don't sleep early. But yesterday, I decided to fucking sacrifice that, because this was the only time I was going to be able to talk with my friends for 2 weeks. Because imagine going to school for 7 hours and you just have to watch everybody be so happy with each other, be laughing with their friends, and you try to join, you try to understand, you try to have fun with them, but it's all for nothing because you don't understand them and they don't understand you. Of course, you're gonna wanna like go home and seek out your own friends, but I can't do that. I can't do that most of the days, most of the time, because one, there's like time differences, and also I have shit to do. Okay, so I've been very miserable, and somehow, some way, my mom from the Philippines caught wind of it. I told my brother about it. I actually talked to him. I told him not to tell her, but he probably did because he was really fucking worried and concerned for my mental health because I told him how bad it's been getting. And so he probably told my mom, and my mom was like, she sent a big fucking paragraph. And so I sent her an even bigger paragraph, basically explaining everything that's been happening. And I tried to tell her in a way that she wouldn't get angry. And she understood, and now we're talking about it properly, you know, not mad at each other, not upset at each other. She understands my situation and she gets it, but a lot of the things that I want to happen aren't going to happen because we're not that fortunate. Example, if I go back to the Philippines, I'm going back all the way to grade 9 again. Another thing is, if I go back to the Philippines, I'd have to study in this very small rural area, which I don't want to study in. I really don't want to study there, but my mom doesn't want to move. She doesn't want to move, so I gotta stay there, and I don't want to do that. But it's like, then again, this or that. It's this or that, basically. Like, do I stay in Japan and fucking let my brain fucking kill itself over time, or do I deal with the consequences of my actions and go back to the Philippines? So that's been happening. Yesterday, I talked about how I hung out with my friends. I slept at 4 a.m. I already mentioned that, I think, but we played Minecraft for hours, I think from 6 p.m. to 4 a.m. and I've never been good at building. I've never tried building, actually. So this was basically my first time building anything, and it actually turned out pretty fucking good for like my first time. Even my friends were like, why are you good at this? I was like, I don't know. I had fun. I was supposed to wake up today at around 10 a.m. I woke up at 4 p.m. So like an hour ago or 2 hours ago. And the new episode of Apothecary Diaries came out, so I had to watch that with my friend so that I could get that out of the way. And now I think I'm gonna, or no, I'm not, I don't think I'm gonna have to go back to studying, because tomorrow I won't really have that time to study for the exam. So I'm probably gonna because I have classes on Sunday, every Sunday now. It's fucking hell. For like 10 Sundays I have to review now because tomorrow I won't have time. But so I think I'm gonna pull another all-nighter, which is not good for my mental health, but living in Japan isn't good for my mental health, but I'm here anyway. Anyways, that's all that I can do for today. I hope you all are doing well. I guess I'll see you all in the next one, and I hope you have a good night.